Assalamu alaikum, this is me Ehtisham and you're watching my YouTube channel RILS The Lingua Expert. I'm the expert trainer of IELTS, PT, OET, IELTS Life Skills and other English language proficiency exams. In this video, we're going to learn the concept of clause of place, which is one of the categories of adverbial clause. Now, if you're new to my channel or you haven't watched the previous video with respect to time clause, so I do recommend you to please watch that video because that video will tell you that what is adverbial clause and how this first type, which is a time clause, works in a sentence. So let's get to start with clause of place. It shows the information regarding the place of an action, that where exactly an action takes place. So a clause, you already know that it's a combination of subject and a verb which does not convey its complete sense in terms of dependent clause. So remember, adverbial clause is one of the categories of dependent or subordinate clause. So it tells us where an action takes place. So there are certain conjunctions that we use in order to structure our clause of place. There are four conjunctions that you have to keep in mind. Number one, where. Number two, wherever. Number three, everywhere. And number four, anywhere. So these four conjunctions are usually used in order to structure the clause of place. So I will give you a few examples, but remember one point that you have to note it down, that the clauses which begin with everywhere and wherever, they actually show an action which always happens, right? So everywhere, whenever you use it, or anywhere you use it, so it means that that particular action always happens, right? Now let's get to have one example for each conjunction. Now let's get to first learn about where. If I say I'm not sure where exactly he works, this where exactly he works is the clause of place. Why? Because it tells you about that where that individual works. Now the second example I would like to quote with the help of wherever. If I say wherever I go, I always notice the behavior of people. So in this sentence, wherever I go, this is also the combination of subject and a verb beginning with a conjunction wherever. This is a dependent clause, and under dependent clause you have a category of adverbial clause, and under the head of adverbial clause this is a clause of place, because it refers to a place that wherever you go or I go, I always notice behavior of people, right? So I always notice behavior of people, this would be considered as independent clause. Now the third example I would like to quote here with the help of everywhere. If I say a sentence, we saw hospitality everywhere we visited in the northern areas of Pakistan. So you talk about the hospitality of certain region in your country, that this region has hospitality. So you say that wherever I visited, I saw hospitality. We saw hospitality everywhere we visited. So in this case, everywhere we visited, this is actually clause of place. Now let's talk about the fourth example, which I would like to quote here with the help of anywhere. So the example is, you can sit anywhere you want. In this sentence, anywhere you want, this is actually a clause of place. Now the very important point that you all have to note down is that the clauses which begin with the conjunction where can be nominal and adjective clauses. As we have already studied previously, that nominal clauses are the noun clause that function as a subject and object in a sentence, whereas adjectival clauses, they function in order to modify a noun or pronoun in a sentence, which I have previously made separate videos with respect to noun clause and adjective clause. So I will tell you that how this particular conjunction where functions as a subject in the sentence, as an object in the sentence, as the subject complementation in the sentence, and as a modifier of a noun or pronoun in a sentence. So let's get to have the first example so that we can get to fully understand. Now the first example I would like to quote here as a subject, right? If I say that where he lives is near to my office. So in this particular sentence, you see where he lives, this is actually the nominal clause. So in this sentence, you saw that the first clause which I started with, where he lives, this is called as nominal because it's working as a subject. So it is a noun clause, not an adverbial clause. Remember. Number second, I know where the bank is. So I know, I is a subject, know is a verb, where the bank is, this is actually the object that you know what, you know something, and that is object where the bank is. So where the bank is actually it's functioning as an object of this sentence. Now the third example is with respect to subject complementation, and the example is this is where he studies. So this is where he studies, so means this is a place where he studies. So this is the subject, is the verb, where he studies. So where he studies is the complementation of this place is where he studies. So this or this place where he studies, it refers back, so it is the subject complementation, right? Because it refers back to the subject, that which place, this place is where he studies. So where he studies is actually working as the complementation of the subject in this sentence. It's not an adverbial. And now number fourth example that I would like to quote here, that this particular conjunction where may work as modifier of noun or pronoun in a sentence. How? The example is he often goes to the town where he was born. So he often goes to the town. So to the town is this particular place where he was born. So where he was born, this particular place. So this is a noun, place is a noun, town is a noun, and then after it you see where he was born, this is actually modifying back to this particular town. So in this case it's the modifier of the noun or pronoun. So I hope that you have understood clearly this lecture with respect to clause of place, and soon I'm going to upload videos with respect to the other types of adverbial clause, out of which clause of reason, clause of result, and clause of concession, clause of manner, clause of degree, and all these different types of adverbial clauses will have separate videos. So thank you so much for watching. If you have liked my video, you please like and share it, and also subscribe to my channel for more informative videos with respect to basic English grammar, IELTS PTE, OET, IELTS life skills, and other English language proficiency exams. See you inshallah in the next video. Allah Hafiz.